out to Laszewski. Laszewski for three. Got it!
Money, huddle, gotta, cuddle, lot of orders, dollars, quarters.
Welcome back, Irish fans, to Breaking Down Braves Boys podcast. Today we have another crazy interview with a special guest. We got Nate Laszewski on here. I also have Jake with me, but thanks for joining, Nate.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, I guess we'll get into it. First, what do you think you've improved on most since getting to Notre Dame, and what did you focus on improving this offseason?
I think since coming to Notre Dame, definitely I've improved my, my body strength and conditioning wise. Being able to get with T-Row in the weight room, has helped me a lot over the past 2 years at Notre Dame. Also working with Coach Humphrey every single day, him, stressing certain things about my game, improving, in the inside and outside. So both T-Row, Coach Humphrey, Coach Bray, everybody's been a huge help for me. So.
I know the weight was a big thing. How much muscle do you think you put on since you got to Notre Dame?
Well, when I got to Notre Dame, I think the first time I stepped on the scale, I was at 199, and now I'm probably about 225. So
wow,
made some good strides in there.
There you go. That's a lot of weight gain.
Yeah.
In big shape now.
Mm-hmm.
So typically under Bray, the bigs make a big jump in their third year. How do you see yourself doing that, and in what ways?
Yeah, I think it was really cool for me the past 2 years just to learn, from Mooney a lot, because he made that big jump his third year, definitely his fourth year as well. So I think just, learning, seeing him work every single day, being consistent, being accountable every single day like he was, learning a lot from him and Coach Humphrey. So I think, the biggest thing is just being consistent, always working and, just, striving to be the best. So.
Do you think, do you feel like a lot of pressure to make that leap? Because I know Mooney made like a 9-point jump. I don't know if we can really put that on somebody. Would you say you feel pressured at all?
I don't think there's pressure. I think, the biggest thing honestly is not worrying about myself making the biggest jump, but also just trying to help the team. Because we have a lot of really good guys on the team next year. We really want to do some big things. Want to make sure that we win games, are competitive, and can go as far as we can. The rest will take care of itself. As long as we're all playing together and playing hard.
So you talked about helping the team. This would probably help the team a lot. It's been talked about that you could play the 5 next year a bit more because Mooney's gone and we can't have Durham on the court most of the game. Is that something you talked about with the staff a lot, and do you feel comfortable doing that?
Yeah, I think in small stretches this past year I did it. Certain games, not as much as maybe I might in the future. But yeah, that's one of the biggest reasons. Also, getting stronger in the weight room. Being able to play inside for 5-10 minutes at a time. So I think that's also the next part of my development is being able to play inside and battle consistently for a game, for longer periods of time at the 5. So yeah, definitely, I think that's a big part of my game that's going to grow.
So what was it like being recruited by schools like Notre Dame, UNC, Villanova, other ones? That must have been pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it was pretty hectic because I kind of went from someone who early on in their high school career, I was, wasn't the tallest, wasn't, very highly recruited that much. And then when I went to the prep school I went to, it was a huge help getting to play with those kind of level of guys, get to practice against them every single day. The coaches there were a huge help to me. And so I kind of went from, not being recruited too much early on in my high school career to around junior and senior year being recruited a lot. So, it was pretty eye-opening. It was really fun.
So you have a really unique situation because of all the places you lived. I'm looking at your dad's Twitter bio. It's listed all of them. Shout out to your dad also because he was one of our first followers. But
he follows you guys.
Wisconsin, Belgium, Australia, Connecticut, Florida. How would you say all that kind of helped you or helped your perspective and stuff like that? Was it harder to play basketball there?
I think it was pretty unique. Every situation that I went to, because like in Australia, basketball is definitely a growing sport. it's not, the same as like rugby or cricket or anything like that. But I made, a lot of really good friends. That's kind of where I first started to really take basketball seriously. So that kind of changed, my whole trajectory on everything, which is really, really unique. But yeah, I think just having my eyes open to different cultures, getting along with different people has, made a big impact on my life. Wherever I can go to a new spot, new teammates, I just know how to adapt with different people really well.
How you and Juwan mesh on the court together?
We've been playing, the past few years together in practice. And, I love playing with him. He's someone who is always going to have your back on defense, no matter what. He's always going to get up there and challenge shots. Offensively, he's got a ton of skill, super athletic. So he's really easy to play with. He's really special talent for sure.
So now we'll go to the speed round. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the Mike Bray radio show. I think you've been on there a couple kind of like that. But we'll start with best and worst thing about being 6'10".
I'd say best thing, being able to see over people in crowds. That's a pretty big advantage. Worst thing is, I'd probably say doorways and planes is the worst thing for sure.
How often do people in public ask you if you play basketball?
Oh, probably multiple times a week. If I go to a grocery store or anything, I'm probably going to get asked at least once.
What NBA player would you say you're the most like?
I'd probably say, some guys that I've looked up to and their game would be like Chandler Parsons, Danilo Gallinari, big guys who can shoot, put it on the floor, stuff like that.
You got to get a big contract like Chandler Parsons. One of the biggest contracts in the NBA, right?
Yeah, he did for a while. Yeah. Yeah, he signed that a few years ago. It was good for him, though.
So there's a lot of stuff that people know about you, like the moving and I think music and stuff. Is there anything that people don't really know about you?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, no, do you mean music like in what way?
Didn't you say on the radio show you play jazz, something like that?
Oh, yeah. No, I guess that's probably the least known fact about me is, I played the saxophone growing up and the piano. So that's probably one of the least known facts about me, I guess.
Will we get a comeback when your basketball career's over?
Yeah, we'll have to see about that. I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to figure something out like that.
I think you've said this before, but is your favorite NBA player Chandler Parsons? Are there any other players you like?
Yeah, just as someone who I look up to in terms of their game, I would definitely say, Chandler Parsons. Favorite NBA player is definitely LeBron James, though. Can't go wrong there.
Me too.
So, yeah.
And then LeBron or Jordan?
Oh, I got to go with LeBron. I don't know.
There you go. I
just grew up watching him, so that's what I got to go with.
We've had a couple straight Jordans. I'm glad we finally get a LeBron.
Who said Jordan?
Rex said Kobe, and then Jordan over LeBron. He said LeBron was third. And then Cormac said Jordan. Ryan Humphrey said Jordan. Jack Nolan said Jordan. Trey Wirtz said Jordan. Pretty much everybody.
Yeah. No, we have this debate in our team probably at least once a week. So it's like me and Mooney are the ones that say LeBron every time, though.
You're gonna get Zone on your side now, though.
That's good to hear. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
love to hear that out of him.
One of the biggest LeBron fans I've ever met.
Oh yeah, love to hear that.
And then, we know you had the Toledo and UNC game. What game was your favorite this year? I know the Wake Forest one was big for you too.
Yeah, I'd probably say the UNC one, just because of the thing that we, in the prior, we had played, a bunch of games in a row. I think we played like Clemson, Duke on the road, and then we had to come back and like only one day rest and play UNC. And I think just going through all the ups and downs of that game was, pretty exciting. When we got down, Prentice gave us a huge lift. The crowd started getting into it, and so it's probably the most memorable and fun game this year.
Mhm. What kind of stuff goes through your mind, like at the end of the game when you know you're going to get that shot against UNC or Toledo?
Uh, it's just there's been many times where I've turned down a shot. In the course of the game, and Coach Bay always gets on me for it. Saying that I got to shoot it. Rex will get on me for it. Mooney, they're all telling me, I got to shoot it. So in those situations, I just kind of, have confidence because I know they have confidence in me to take those shots, which was, extremely helpful in those situations. So.
Mhm. What other sports did you play as a kid? I know you lived in all those other countries. There's a lot of big sports there that aren't big here. Did you play any of those?
Yeah, I played a lot of soccer growing up, especially in Belgium and Australia. Pretty big there. Played baseball. Did a lot of swimming when I was younger too. So, but yeah, soccer was probably my main sport up until about middle school when I transferred over to basketball.
Cormac actually said the same thing. That helped
Yeah.
with work and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I was never really that the tallest one like in my grade or anything. I kind of grew in high school kind of late. So when I was younger, playing soccer was just something that I love to do. But as I started to grow and enjoy basketball more and more, I started to focus on that.
Mhm. I also feel like you'd be a good swimmer just because how tall you are.
Yeah, no, swimming is really big in Australia, so that's where I got into it and did it for a long time there before coming back to the U.S.
When did you live there? Like, how old were you?
Uh, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth grade was when I was in Australia.
Longer than I thought you would say. But yeah.
Yeah, no, 4 years. So
So yeah, that's all the questions we got for you. Jake, you have any closing remarks? Anything you want to say?
I just wanna thank him for coming on, and I'm looking forward to a big season from him and the team. Go Irish!
yes, sir, go Irish.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that third-year leap.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Looking forward to the season. So can't wait to get started.
As long as there is a season, but
yeah, no, we're just gonna keep working though. Just hoping for the best.
Hopefully, nobody gets corona before you guys get into practicing.
Yeah, exactly. We gotta stay away from a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. When would you guys start? Like August 10th, where you said, if everything goes well.
Yeah, I think we start classes August 10th. So hopefully, bringing everybody back to campus goes well. I know it's going to be a little different with a little bit of online mixed in with like half capacity classes. So hopefully that all works. And then we can do everything as scheduled.
What are you gonna do for the first 10 days before you go to practice in school? You just like hang out at campus?
Yes. This year they're allowing some students to move off campus. So I'm living off campus. I think we have to go through a regular sports physicals, stuff like that. Move in, everything like that. But then we'll see once we start workouts, once we get back to campus, because they just want to make sure that they can get everybody back safely before they start everything up. So.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's all we got. Thank you for coming on again. We're rooting for you this year. You're always welcome back on, but that's all we got.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Nate. Peace.